That was a crazy.
Was it the one where the Casper guys came over for the first time? But they didn't actually play in the main event.
No, but the main event was super sick.
Really
for that time, those were the best players.
We've had, through these last few years, we've had so many just phenomenal events with so many incredibly talented players and have seen so many good games. I still think I have to give mad props to Take, though, because the Home Story Cup is always the most fun.
I agree. There's nothing like the Home Story Cup. But WCS is extremely fun in a different way.
No, but no, seriously, like, even in the context of the games themselves, to this day, I still think the most excited I ever was for a StarCraft match was when Naniwa sniped Huck's Observer.
It was the other way around.
Or Huck sniped Naniwa, excuse me. Huck sniped Naniwa's Observer at Home Story Cup.
On Shakuras.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And then he throws open the window and he's shouting to the people down below. That was a really special, cool moment.
That was a great Home Story Cup. Number 4 or 3?
It was 3.
That was the first time in the new apartment?
Yep.
Yeah. Good times. Anyway, EG aLive is our blue Terran spawning on the right bottom side of Belshire Vestige. aLive, a player that's been oh so consistent. The only player to make it to the playoffs in both season finals, Season 1 and Season 2 finals. As we mentioned before, not even Innovation did that. aLive right now on the ropes. He's 0-3 today. Hasn't won a single map yet. Perhaps he's preparing a holiday. Well, still going to make his appearance at BlizzCon most likely with his crazy amount of points. aLive is currently ranked 7 with over 3,500 points, I believe. But as I mentioned, he's on the ropes. He's down 1-0 against this exciting Protoss player that I haven't seen a lot of for quite a while. Used to be part of Team Slayers in a far... how would you say that, man? In a far, far past.
In a distant past.
In a distant past. After that, joined Western Wolves for a little while. Was there for a couple of months. Then decided to leave Western Wolves as well.
He said, YOLO, I'm going solo.
Like Jason Derulo.
Starting Team Arthur.
Would be really cool if he shouts Arthur in the start of every game like Jason Derulo does in every song. It's Arthur! Not sure how that would roll off the tongue, but we will see.
My name's Arthur, and I'm going farther than anybody except maybe Bob Barker. No, doesn't work.
God, man, I'm so glad you never decided to become a musician.
Dude, I would be the best rapper.
You would be the you would be the male version of Rebecca Black. You'd get so much hate, your video would get deleted from YouTube.
That's okay.
To protect yourself.
I'd still get all the YouTube money.
Yeah, I guess. That's a good way to look at it. Mothership Core in production right now.
Oh, poor Rebecca Black, her video guy.
Yeah, I actually follow her on Twitter because I felt sorry.
Does she ever tweet?
Yeah, she tweets the crazy amount. Not to me though. Probe gets picked up over here. Good scouting by aLive in the left bottom side of the map. He opened up with a gas this time, man, so it's going to be a little bit different. Factory is proxied, or where is that factory? Oh, never mind. It's proxied in the corner of his own base. I was like, where's that factory?
Starport going down right behind it, so we're probably going to get a pretty quick medevac out here. Maybe a Widow Mine drop is a possibility.
Yep. It's definitely a possibility. Good SCV scout this time by aLive. A similar opening from Arthur, but last time we saw him busting out the crazy 4-gate aggression. Today I feel like we've almost seen nothing but non-standard games. Arthur a little bit reckless over here with his Stalker. Takes crazy amount of shots.
So much damage. Mothership Core a little bit late to the party.
Right now he can have a good time though. He can kill off a lot of these Marines, maybe even all of them. Of course he's going to take a little bit of damage while doing so, but 5 Marines is 5 Marines at the end of the day.
So close, but
I love it.
The Stalker is the hero of the day.
There's nothing right now at home. He could have. There was a reactor building for the Rex. If he would have decided to run up the ramp, he would have had only to deal with SCVs for a good 30 seconds.
To one SCV, so he would have been.
Yeah, well, the SCVs, no matter, they can stand on each other's shoulders and buzz the Mothership Core, man.
Actually, it's going to be a Banshee here for
oh my god. Arthur missed the window. He didn't know was there. I can understand he didn't want to take the risk, or maybe he didn't want to run into a Widow Mine or something, because that's something you see pretty often. We see 1-gate robo followed up by 2 additional gates. Great start here by Arthur, despite taking a lot of damage on these units. As I said before, man, 5 Marines is 5 Marines.
Yeah, it's a great pickup. And I was a little bit unsure about the time warp, because that means no energy at home for any kind of photon overcharge or anything of the sort, but he killed all the Marines. There's nothing to write off. Banshee is going to be out, but... and it's going to be out with Cloak, but we've also got a Robo down, we've got an Observer building. I think there's no reason that this Banshee should do a whole lot of damage.
You know, it's been a while since I saw Cloak Banshee openings like this. There is a second Banshee on the way as well. aLive is going to drop a command center right now, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to pull SCVs in a certain phase of the game and still try to make this work as in a pseudo version of a 1-1-1.
I was talking to Greetorp about this, and Andre swears That 1-1-1 is like one of the strongest builds out there right now, just because of the way the meta's evolved.
Well, it's a very different way of 1-1-1ing. It's not as quick as in the old days, and of course you have to worry about photon overcharge. It's very different, but yeah, there is a way that you can still make it work. It's a build that's getting quite popular among some guys. I've seen it quite a few times on streams, and I faced it once or twice myself. It's one of those things where either the Terran does it really well and it's really hard to hold, or it fails miserably and you just laugh and you're like, wow, this is pathetic.
Reggie should be fine. Will it be fine? Yes.
Yeah, it will be fine for now. There's a Raven follow-up, but there's another command center going down, so aLive is not going to go for any sort of all-ins. He's just going to turn this into a macro game. Taking a look at the work count, it's 35 against 28. I dig this position a lot that Arthur is in right now. I really dig it.
Yeah, he's really created a nice advantage for himself, and it all started with that aggressive Stalker Mothership core play. He's going to make an Immortal for safety, because maybe he was thinking what we were thinking.
Yep.
What if there's a 1-on-1 follow-up?
One Immortal can soak up quite a few shots from a siege tank and above all deal crazy damage if it gets in range of the siege tank.
Excellent.
This Banshee is in a horrible position and will most likely fall as long as his observer keeps track of it.
One more time! Oh!
Man, that Banshee is a smart Banshee.
Good pilot, man. Did a barrel roll. That was great observer movement from Arthur, managing to catch that Banshee, spot it, and almost kill it, but ultimately it's all for naught. At least he doesn't have to deal with trying to defend it.
Robotic Bay going down, so might see Colossus opening. Maybe it will just be a single Colossus, and after that he's going to go into High Templar. So always going to make multiple Colossus. With Blink, perhaps?
Double Robo Speed Prism Immortal Kev.
In a different universe, man, that would be a very realistic option.
I don't think there's any universe. Certainly not the StarCraft universe.
You know, you never know. There might be people out there in a different universe
Maybe
playing the very same game than us.
Maybe in Warcraft 4.
You know, how crazy would it be if there's like a different planet like Earth, where people are playing StarCraft on it as well?
I don't think it's that crazy. I think if you really look at the universe, I think it's more possible that that's happening than that it's not happening.
You think that they also have been playing StarCraft?
Or something very comparable. It might not be called StarCraft.
Maybe they're playing with like humans and stuff on this weird planet that they call Earth. It's like people are live there without masks. Because they breathe oxygen of trees. Oh, that sounds ridiculous.
Seriously, do. Think about how big the universe is. It's pretty possible.
I don't think they're playing StarCraft.
Look at this Zealot, passive Zealot. Very politely letting that Marine shoot him.
Twilight Council going down, and we see the first Colossus in production as well, including Thermal Lens. So this might actually be a build that's been very popular for a while, but normally they drop the third Nexus a little bit quicker. There is a War Prism on the map as well, so maybe Arthur is the one who has some two-base play in mind, while he almost catches this Banshee. I'm feeling worried, man. I'm not really feeling the same aLive as that got me so excited at Gamescom. Like at Gamescom, I really felt that aLive reached new heights. He was so good, and I even felt at WCS America playoffs when he lost 3-0 against Scarlet. I really did not feel I was watching aLive play poorly.
Those
not
were
at all.
Very close games.
Yeah, all three of them were really great, and I felt aLive was playing extremely well. It was just Scarlet was absolutely amazing in that series.
Here comes a little Zealot drop.
Today, I'm not really feeling it.
aLive's on top of the movement, sees what's going on. Doesn't lose anything. It takes no damage. War Prism's actually just going to do a flyby. Good for you guys.
Same time, there's a Cloak Banshee in the natural. It's a little bit out of range of these cannons. And there's only a single observer on the map. That's a little bit weird when you take into consideration you have to worry about Cloak Banshees. aLive doesn't know what kind of a nice window he had over there. He could have idled here for half a minute and kill 8 probes.
Here's that observer.
That's not something he could possibly know. 52 army supply against 57. aLive still chilling on the third orbital, of course. Slowly but steady, this is kind of turning into a nice scenario for him. He might have to worry about a really, really big two-base play though from Archer. Charge being researched now as well, so it's not going to be Blink. You know, but I'm a little bit confused. This is not something that I've seen in a while. It's going to be two-base Colossus Charge, which I feel kind of counters each other because the Zealots are going to run away from the Colossus. I've not seen this very often.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen this.
The armies are missing each other as well, so this counterattack by aLive is going to deal crazy damage, but at the same time aLive might lose everything at home. Archer overextending a little bit with his Stalkers, losing a couple of them. You know,
I think aLive knows what's up. He's got SCP's hold already. It's going to be a weird something. I don't know if it's going to quite be a base raid. I don't actually think this army's big enough. Maybe it is.
There are 2 Vikings in production. There is a point defense as well. He recalls with a small part. What is it, Archer? What are you doing? You're throwing away all your gateway units over here. Sure, he's dealing a little bit of damage. Okay, more zealots coming in. This was not a good idea. There's no way that this was ever a good idea. Right? Oh, more zealots coming in. Sort of a good idea.
This is actually a great idea. Look at all this damage.
No. He's still gonna lose his units in the long run. He's still playing against 3 orbitals. He lost his natural, so he's a 1-base proto.
Yeah, he lost his natural, but he kept all of the probes alive.
Why are you shooting the bricks over here? I am getting extremely confused. Meanwhile, these zealots are still ravaging this SFV line. You know,
dude, how many workers is he gonna kill? He's up to 28 worker kills.
I still refuse to say that was a good idea, but it turned out kind of okay.
I mean, the probe lead goes to Arthur. He doesn't have a Nexus though, so he's not able to really do anything with it for a while. There's 3 command centers that could... Let's just call it even.
Yeah. Taking a look at the units lost resource tab, we can see Arthur lost a little bit more than aLive, and that is kind of a bad sign when you take into consideration that aLive has 3 orbitals. But aLive not that rich anymore. What aLive does have is a double starport, so he's able to make enough Vikings so he can melt these Colossus. Now, however, he's gonna have to worry about High Templars. But how many High Templars can you really make of 2 bases?
Well, he just made 6, which are all turning into Archons.
I still don't like this position for Arthur.
This isn't even really 2 bases just yet.
I refuse to believe that was a good idea, but
it was some kind of idea.
I will never agree that was a good idea.
I think it's great that he saved the Colossi. If he didn't recall, do you think he would have just killed everything?
I think if he would have kept 1 Colossus there, it would have probably been a lot better. But yeah, I think if he would, it didn't recall. But perhaps he was worried about losing a base trade then, because he had no probes on the map.
But I mean, what he could have done is just keep everything there until he has to. I don't know, man. It's hard to. It's so hard to say. It was one of those moments where no decision is necessarily the right decision.
Yeah, the fact that he missed that army crossing him in the middle of the map.
Oh man, and once again he's caught out of position. A drop on loads just as...
Oh, this is scary High Templar because they have so much energy.
Not gonna happen.
This one would kill. The other one did not kill. At the same time we have the Warface over here dropping a couple of zealots. They're gonna be able to kill a few SCVs, not too many.
Viking's gonna hunt down that War Prism, so I don't think we're gonna see any more damage being dealt from that. Is it fast enough to get away? I don't think so.
Storm is being resisted as well. I really feel we did not cast a single game of very standard normal StarCraft today. Everything has just been so crazy. We have a lot of crazy things happening. Not always in the most flawless way. This Widowmine has killed 5 units, and probably all 5 of them have been probes. So Arthur's probably sent 5 probes over the course of 18 minutes. Now this Widowmine is actually going to spot this entire armies over here. At the same time, perhaps aLive is going to try to make something happen once more. He has to be so careful. He's going to fly into 2 High Templars. I'm sure that he's going to look at it, right?
Are full energy. This might have even... Come on, Arthur, see it! Not going to see it.
Smart by aLive.
Yeah, great, but actually phenomenal by aLive. And he realizes what's up.
He's going to send a few units forward as well, picking up those High Templars. Good play over here by aLive. That's the kind of moves that we normally see from aLive, but Arctic bought enough time for himself to get home in time at least. But he's not able to kill them. Lost 2 High Templars. Very nice pick off here for aLive.
If that was a Hearthstone card, it'd be pay 300 gas, don't die to medevac drop.
Yeah.
Pay 300 gas, your opponent can't attack on his next turn.
I have not played enough Hearthstone to make jokes about it. I've played a few games. I played 1 competitive game.
You're missing out.
I won. No, Ben. You're missing out. It's a beautiful game called StarCraft.
Wait until Kerrigan's a Hearthstone character.
Then I might play.
Here comes a big stem from a couple of Marines and Marauders, and they're going to once again go after this probe line. Not the Nexus.
That's a really good run by a crazy amount of probes going down right now for Arthur, and Arthur really not in position to lose so many probes. Both players have killed over 20 workers. At the same time, we have a Warface. Was it a Warface? No, it was just this Python over here. A lot of Zealots being wiped in. This is going to be a scary push, but there are enough Vikings, right? 9 Vikings for 2 Colossus, easily enough.
Really enough.
It's all going to come down to the EMPs, though. Will the EMPs land on those Archons?
Colossi are going to die almost immediately, but not before getting some good swipes off on that bio. Is there... Wow, the Archons...
the Archons are going to fall as well. There's more than enough over here for aLive to defend eventually. He lost a few SCVs again against all these Zealots, but that is okay because he's still on 3 orbitals. He killed all those Archons, he killed all those Colossus. That was not a moment for Arthur to attack. I think he just kind of attacked because he lost so many probes, and he's just like, I have to make something happen. And perhaps you have a lot of units outside somewhere, but...
This is suddenly looking great for aLive, who's doubling Arthur's supply, more than doubling Arthur's supply.
That was a terrible fight.
And pushing forward with a large bio ball.
Not a single storm went off either. He does have storm, right?
He was recharging it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has it.
Where's the Templar? No, he doesn't. He canceled it.
Ah, he cancels stuff.
It's a strange choice. Wow.
Because he wants to hit a timing with Archons.
Oh, that's right. The old 20-minute Archon timing.
Right.
2 Colossus Archon timing.
I've seen crazier things, man. Seen crazy things work even today.
I've seen crazier things this game.
I've seen crazier recalls. 1 of 5 army
15-minute recall
supply
time.
for aLive against 48 for Archer. Archer, of course, in a horrible position right now. I'm trying to imagine a scenario where he could turn this around, but I don't really see it. Once more, we have this single low HP Marine where it's going to pick up probes. aLive had enough of Zealots running into his third base throughout this entire game. The harassment for Archer has been extremely successful. He's killed 48 workers. The biggest problem is that he's just never really been building a lot of probes at home.
Oh, this is the wrong time to transfer workers.
And he did lose a few units as well. Point defense drones. PDGs.
I don't know if that even matters. This army looks so pitifully small for Arthur. High Templar are the only possible saving grace.
But he has no storm. He's going to feed that.
Which means that there is no possible saving grace. Zealots are going to charge into very well upgraded Stim Bio. And Arthur's going to tap out. GG. aLive.